Oh, good grief. I thought I taped the whole thing, and I taped the first, like, 2 seconds of just the intro of saying I was doing a Temu order. So I got one thing from Walmart and 4 things from Temu. The Temu order, I'm puzzled because in one place it said it was $28 I spent, and then another place it said with the credits that I had, it was $5.60. Or maybe I misunderstood and I got $5.60 worth of credits. I don't know how much I spent on this stuff. It wasn't really clear. But this is what I got from Walmart. What is this, you say? I wanted to take my measurements, and it's kind of hard to take your measurements by yourself. So this thing, you pull it out, pull it around your waist or your hips or whatever, and then you tuck it in here. And then say this is my waist. You just press this button so I can get it accurate. I have very small wrists. My wrist is 6 inches. What's yours? Okay, now oh, there we go. It's like I can't get out. Used to be, my wedding ring, when I was married, of course, was a 4, which is what I like, a little kid size. So I've got like kind of real small hands. They're all wrinkly, but they're small. This is the only thing I got from Amazon. And then this, I don't know if you saw, I dyed my hair again. I used it Preference by L'Oreal, and I used 2 boxes because I've got so much hair. This is just a medium brown, but it's got all these gold highlights in it. And then last night I got these foam long rollers. They're about this long, and you roll your hair around it and then crisscross them. I only got 6, so 2, 2, and 2. So anyway, I wish I had something for the top because the top's so flat. So I got from Temu, these are similar to the long ones that I have, but these are short ones. So it might make it curlier or something. So you kind of wrap it up, and then you twist this. Of course, I do it better. I'm just doing it real quick like. I do it way up here, of course. And I have 2 bags of these. I think there's 8 or 10 per bag, and then I have 2 bags, so I can probably do my whole head and then see how that looks, and then maybe combine the big long ones and these short ones and see how that looks, just to get a little curl, a little body. So I got those 2 things, 3 things if you count the 2 bags, and then I'm not going to try it on because I'm lazy. I'll try it on for you some other time. Just don't feel like doing it today. I had this in my cart. If you put stuff in your Temu cart and just leave it there, they'll eventually come back to you and reduce the price several times. So this is like a 2-piece outfit. It's like gray pants and then this gray long coat thing with buttons down the front and pockets. And the coat part goes between my knees and my ankles, so it's really long. So these are just, stretchy, kind of a gray heather. I got a 3X. It looks kind of big. Might be too big, but some of their stuff runs smaller, and I wear a 1X, but I usually get a 3X. But I don't know, this one looks kind of big. And then the coat thing, there's a lot of it. So it's got buttons that go down the front and pockets on both sides. Well, buttonholes on one side, of course. But I think it's got pockets. Yeah, it's got pockets on both sides. And it's super long because, like, here's my chest, my neck, and then I just go and go and go and go and go. 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 And go I don't want to try the pants on, but I'll try the jacket on for you, because that way I only have to take off this jackety thing. Okay, I tried it on with the pants for you. Do you think this looks pajama-y? Like a house coat or something? Or a little better buttoned? I don't know. Let me know what you think. Wow, this is even longer than I thought. It goes all the way down to my feet, but I've got short little legs. That's probably why. And I used to be 5'6", but I'm only 5'4" now. But what do you think? I think it's kind of cute. It seems to fit okay. I'm sure the pants probably will too then. And it's medium warmth, you know. It's not super thick, but because it's long sleeved and it'd be cute if you buttoned all the buttons. If I buttoned all the buttons, there's a lot of buttons. I'd probably just pull it on and off over my head because it's got so many buttons. And I like the fact it has pockets. Let me tilt you back a little bit so you can see my beautiful face. So anyway, that is my little mini haul. One thing from Walmart well, not Walmart, Amazon. My 3 places, Temu, Amazon, and Walmart. The 3 places I usually buy from. So 4 things from Temu if you count 2 bags of this. And then this. And then this little outfit. And it was either $28 or $6. I'm not sure. But this thing originally, I think, was like $40-50, and I think it went down to more like 10 because it's pants and a long coat looking thing. So what do you think? Do you like it? Is it cute? Alrighty, it is Sunday. We just had a good sermon about community, and they were basically, community is, you know, being around God's people to let them help you grow. That kind of community, not like your random friend at work or whatever, but your godly friends is what they were talking about. We've been doing this series that's all year long. There's been like 4 set parts to it, and each part had 3 parts. So this kind of doesn't make sense until he tells you how, he explains it, but it's like doing the things that God does so you can do the things that or doing the thing that Jesus does so you can do the things that Jesus does. So if you want to be like Jesus and be, you know, loving and forgiving and all those things, there's other things that he did behind the scenes that when those things came up, it was easier. Like pray and fast and solitude. He'd go away by himself and commune with God, stuff like that. So that's what this sermon series has been about. Like 1 week was fasting, 1 week was about prayer, 1 week was about, this week was about community. So it's been a really good series. If you ever want to listen to it, it's all on our website, valleycreek.org is my church's website. It's a really good series. So anyway, you hope you have a great Sunday. I don't know that I'm going to do anything today. Tomorrow's super busy. I take, kind of like diabetics, I have these strips and I poke my finger and put blood on the little strip that goes in the machine to test my blood thinnerness, because I have an autoimmune disorder that causes blood clots, so I have to keep my blood thinner than most people. When I test, it's like a normal person's blood clots in 1 second or less, usually. And mine, they want between 2.5 and 3.5 seconds. So I have my own machine because I've always been like this, up and down, up and down, up and down. So at the moment, I'm at like 4.5, which is too high. And I ran out of strips, so I have to go in to the doctor and do it, which is why I have my own machine, so I don't have to go into the doctor. But I ran out of the little test strip things, which are on the way, but they're not here yet. So I called my doctor and said, well, do you want me to come in? And they're like, yes. So because I was too high. You could get in a car accident and bleed to death. So, they want to make sure it's going down from last time I checked it. So anyway, so I have a doctor's appointment, and then I have a luncheon, and this is like all tight. So the luncheon's at 11:30, and then it's about a half an hour away from the next place I have to be at 1 o'clock. So I kind of have to eat and run. On Mondays from 1 to 3 to 3:30, somewhere around there, whenever we get done, I volunteer at, we've got several campuses, and I volunteer at a different campus at my church, and they have an administrative team that we do just random stuff. And right now what we're doing is, how they have those Salvation Army angel tree things? Well, our church is the one that wraps all that stuff and helps coordinate it and everything. And an observation is that a lot of times on the angel tree, kids ask for coats. I'm sure their parents made them ask for coats. So we as a church don't want them to ask for a need. We want them to ask for a wish, a want. So the church has decided $10,000 to buy coats. So I've gone the last 2 Mondays that we went. One time we went to Sam's and bought, 160 coats, pretty much all they had. And then last Monday we went to Children's Place and bought another 100 and something. So we ended up with around 300 coats in different sizes, from like size small to extra large in children's. And then this Monday we're going to go back to Sam's and get hoodies for the teenagers, because that's all they're going to wear. They're not going to wear a jacket. They just wear hoodies. So we've got, believe it or not, we bought 300 coats, and we still haven't even spent $6,000. I mean, that seems like a lot of money, but we set aside $10,000, so we've got the $4,000 left to buy the hoodies. We hadn't intended to buy the hoodies. We intended to just buy coats, but we got so many coats. Like the ones we got at Children's Place, they were $59 coats we got for $17 because they were on sale. So we only got the ones on sale. We pretty much wiped them out. And Sam's Club too, we wiped them out. Then we got those for, I think they were $19.99. So we did good shopping, good prices for coats. So now we're gonna go look for hoodies on Monday. And we just do different things. Like as a church, we have once a month, we have a day where we go out and, we might have a group of people go paint a school teacher's lounge or garden in a public garden, clean it up, or just different stuff. And then we always have like a category of people, like doctors or firemen or policemen or teachers or whatever, students, whatever. And we put together these little goodie bags with thank you notes for them being who they are, kind of thing. So as a church, they put those all together, and then my group, like the next Monday, we put them together by who they were supposed to go to, like 100 to this place and 50 to that place. So that's what we did a couple weeks ago. So anyway, enough chit chat, but that's what I'm doing tomorrow. It's a busy day. And then Thursday, I get my 2 grand doggies, so I'll have them for 10 days. And I just thought of this, and I'm like, oh, this is going to be bad. Because I was worried about how Haku was going to do for Halloween. So I was going to take him in my bedroom and shut the door and hope that he would be quiet. Then I realized, I'm going to have all 3 dogs on Halloween. So it's going to be a cacophony of barks, I'm afraid. I might go sit out front and hand out candy, or I might just turn off my lights and be a Scrooge. I haven't decided. Should I be a Scrooge? I don't really want to be outside and let the dogs go out of control, you know, so I'm kind of leaning towards either just setting a bowl out and letting them pick what they want, or just turn off the lights and do nothing. I'm kind of leaning towards the turn off the lights and do nothing. I mean, there is a church right up the street that does this whole carnival thing with booths and stuff, so I don't feel too bad because I can go to that and get a lot of candy. So, I don't know, I never really liked Halloween too much. I mean, I don't like what it stands for, and even when I wasn't a Christian, I didn't really like it too well, because you're like sending your kids out in the cold, out in the dark to get candy, which you don't want them to have in the first place. So I never really liked Halloween too much. Alrighty, that's enough chit-chatting. Let me know what you thought of this. I kind of like it, but it surprised me how long it was after I wash it. I always wash any clothes I get, especially if they were made in China, because sometimes somebody told me it was a chemical that they use to keep rats away in the warehouses or whatever, but something permeates their clothes that can cause rashes and breathing problems and stuff like that sometimes in some people. So I'm always a little paranoid to wear clothes without washing them first, just because, you know, better safe than sorry. So I'll throw this in the laundry and wear it maybe next Sunday to church. But anyway, I hope you have a good coming up week. I'm not sure what I'm going to be doing for y'all. I haven't done these in a while. My calendar little joke things. Let's see, here's the one for today, just to give you an example. Oh. Oh my goth. So they're always like these silly puns, and I've got like a big old stack of them. I didn't get this one the first time I read it, and I just read it again, and now I get it. It's like a little on the dirty side. If you didn't get it the first time through, think a little dirtier and you'll get it. Is candy corn, what do you think about candy corn? Candy corn is one of those controversial things. Either you love it or you hate it. I don't love it, but I look forward to like a bag of candy corn once over Halloween period. But I don't hate it. And I was watching this video yesterday about some guy in Europe was taste testing American things, and one of them was Twizzlers, and I'm like, no, not Twizzlers, Red Vines. Twizzlers are terrible. Red Vines are the way to go. And then I realized that's one of those controversial things too. Either you're a Twizzler person or a Red Vines person. I'm definitely a Red Vines person. They taste so much better than a Twizzler. Okay, there's your questions for the day. Candy corn or no candy corn? Twizzlers or Red Vines? Oh, and third question, what do you think of this? And what do you think of my new hair? New color? All right, that's enough. It's almost 15 minutes. You've stopped watching a long time ago. Love y'all. Bye-bye.